Hello, I'm Richard Black. I'm the owner and director of the London Medal Company, which is a business based in the West End of London. At the London Medal Company, we trade in medals and military antiques and specialise in British gallantry, campaign and life-saving medals, specifically those medals which were officially named to the recipient. My colleagues and I then set about researching the recipients of these awards, and in doing so, often reveal long-forgotten stories of daring do or remarkable achievement. These medals then often find their way back to families whose ancestors sold them many years ago, to museums and institutions, or into the hands of collectors who treasure them for the time they are custodian. The rising rate of suicide in young people is a particular concern. While suicide is complex and rarely caused by one thing, there are some common factors in young people who take their own lives. These include bereavement, mental or physical ill health, self-harm, and academic pressure. The sad fact is that suicide in young people has been a challenge for society for decades, if not centuries. The case I'm about to speak about involved a young girl who was close to taking her own life, and the remarkable actions of a stranger who risked his life to save her. For his actions, Lieutenant Barry John Campbell of the 1st Field Regiment, Royal Australian Field Artillery, was awarded the Stanhope Gold Medal by the Duke of Gloucester in 1965. The case was submitted by the Royal Shipwreck and Humane Society of New South Wales, and the recommendation stated that at about 11:30 on the 24th of March 1964, Lieutenant Campbell, then a sergeant, was off duty from his army duties at the barracks nearby and was walking in the vicinity of the Gap, some 500 yards from the barracks, when he noticed a number of people apparently watching what he thought was a souvenir anchor known as the Dunbar anchor. He moved to the group and saw a girl, aged 17, standing on a projecting ledge of rock outside the safety fence and only 2 feet from the cliff edge. The group of observers that first attracted attention were making no efforts to save the girl, who was apparently intending suicide. Campbell approached the girl from behind and sat on a ledge about 5 feet away from the girl. They were separated by a gap in the rocks. The width of the ledge the girl was sitting on was no less than 4 feet. At this time, a police constable arrived at the scene with a special safety harness and was seen by the girl, who at once moved to within 1 foot of the edge of the cliff. Campbell immediately jumped across the gap to the ledge on which the girl had been sitting and took hold of her bodily, lifting her off the ground and leant back against the cliff edge. The girl struggled violently for several minutes until 2 police officers were able to join Campbell and assist him and the girl to safety. It has been ascertained that on the morning in question, the gusty southwest wind was blowing at 10 to 20 knots, causing the girl to sway backwards and forwards on the edge of the cliff. This wind made the rescue extremely hazardous. For his remarkable actions, Campbell was also awarded the Bronze Medal of the Royal Humane Society of New South Wales.